Hi, I'm here with Tim to talk about our new plastic tanks kit in Alamein. So Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hello, I'm Tim Adcock. I'm one of the digital designers for Battlefront who's just made the plastic kits for the new Alamein release. Myself, Will and Charles are the three digital chaps who make the majority of the models for Battlefront, and we'll now just talk about the Crusader, which just about to be released.
So what's involved with designing a tank like the Crusader?
First part of the project is the brief. The brief will come from the New Zealand studio. The requirements, the game requirements. So something like the Crusader, it's what marks and types will we need. So that also we'll do a 6-pounder. So we've got various weapon options, and then from there, after that's been sorted through. For myself, it's then breaking the kit down into its component form. So we know we want the Crusader, then we've got to consider how many parts the model is going to be built in. Here we have the early Crusader, and what we've done with the model is we've actually created two separate turret tops, one for the early and one for the later. But one of the real sort of the two main sort of features of the early Crusader is it has a small turret on the front, and it has a sliding commander's hatch at the back, so that drops back, in which you can get your command figure in. So there are sort of two main features.
So we've talked about some of the features on the Crusader tank. How do you go about putting together this model?
What I do is I put a bitmap on, so I take a scan of a set of plans and I place them on the machine. Then I do dot to dot and trace, as I trace lines, I create lines, I create a set of lines which I then build around. So
you take a historic plan,
yeah,
and you create 3D digital,
yeah,
objects out of those plans.
Yeah. One of the things we do as a company was we use sliding cores on our tracks. It's very much a Battlefront technique, and others will copy, and what it allows us to do is put in very light detail on a face coming from the side. So we're coming from two directions from an engineering point of view. This track, the mould is closing top, bottom, and also front, back. So we have two cores coming from either end side of the model. So if you actually look at a plastic frame, you think, why is there all this gap round apart? That's where a sliding core is coming from the outside. That's a technical part of what we do. So you think, oh, there's a lot of space to put other things on. No, that's where a sliding core is coming into a mould.
So that allows you to have detail
on the end faces of the tracks. That's
where normally you couldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah. You'd end up with just if you'd only done a top bottom closing mould, we wouldn't end up with any detail between these track links.
What guns do we have for the British?
For the British, we've made the iconic 25-pounder. It's a gun which the DAC Africa Corps grew to respect from long range, and by this period in 42. And what we've covered as well is on the frame we've done 3 gun choices. So we have the standard 25-pounder here without the muzzle brake. As you can see, nice little model, not too many parts, goes together quite simply. Again, we've added some little extra shells. The real major highlight from extra parts on the frame is we've got ourselves the gun limber, which you can sort of dress next to your troops when they're busily shelling the enemy. We get rid of the Mark 1 gun. We've got the Mark 2 25-pounder, which has the muzzle brake. Again, HE on that, high explosives to sort of break up your enemy's armour charges, but to kill your enemy tank, Y42 with it, basically what is known as the pheasant gun. So it's a long range 17-pounder, bigger shell, pretty much blows up anything it decides to hit. And there's lots and lots more plastic frames coming out for mid-war over the next few months. We have we've actually at this stage, I think we have over Well, we have American plastics which have been designed and are in tooling. We've had the Italian plastics which are designed and in tooling. So we have a very extensive extension of the mid-war stuff, and which will be coming along shortly, because it's in that the tooling stage. Let's just say that at the moment. So it's all been designed. We're in a good place with tanks.
We really have a laundry list of stuff in the pipe.
Lots and lots of stuff coming through.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we're all looking forward to getting into the next stage of mid-war as well. So there's more to do. And stuff,
thank you very much, Tim.
You're welcome.
See you next time.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy your gaming.